Can I now be heard? I didn't realize that I wasn't audible. Okay. I'm just quickly looking through my boards. I don't want to show the file names. I don't think I have a PureRef board for this. Okay, well, welcome back to Monkey. So, lower bit audio stream's current bitrate is lower. Oh yeah, that's because there was an audio stream. Good suggestion, YouTube. Yeah, so I should have prepared a picture. I didn't. Delete the default. There is no default cube, but okay, just for you, we can create one. No, that's a plane. We can make a cube and delete it. There we go. We killed the default cube. We did it. In my scene, I don't even have a default cube. My default scene is very clean and set up for source engine stuff. I'm just looking at my phone if I have that picture. If I don't find it, then I'll just explain. But it would be good reference. Okay, there's one. I'll just quickly send that to myself. I could also use KD Connect, but you know what? Let's try KD Connect, but I will change this to gameplay footage. KD Connect. Okay, let's try to share a file. This is just often, yeah, and it doesn't find my device. That's just, yeah. I love the idea of KD Connect, but it just doesn't work. Most of the time, it just doesn't find my devices. Like, I open this up and it's just, look at this. I open it up and it's just gone. Even though I've added those, like, so long ago, it just doesn't show any devices. Okay. Come on, I gotta have better reference for this. I guess not. Okay, whatever. My plan is to make a video. Like if this is the screen, right? We just add a camera. We make this orthographic. Or do we leave it as perspective? I think I'll leave it as perspective since this is not going to be motion graphics. It's going to be motion graphics. So I guess it should be orthographic. Okay. Yeah, and the aspect ratio need for this is okay. I have to change the resolution. Right? Well, I can let it just here say. What my resolution is, because I don't want to set the resolution, I just want to set an aspect ratio. And this is the anamorphic stuff, yeah, not what I want. But I can just scale it like this. Okay, well, it's gonna be 7:1. That's what I should probably have, like 2000 whatever pixels. I forget that we have I have this here. Okay, so if we want to have 2K on the Y, I'll just set some dimensions here. We should have that times 7. It's gonna be really widescreen. Yeah, I have to set a res. I thought I could just set a aspect ratio, but I guess not. Well, whatever. Okay. Also, let's save this. I'll just call it video blend, whatever. Brings me so much pain seeing to see. Look, the resolution doesn't matter. I just want to have the proper aspect ratio. I can change the resolutions later because this is really high res, right? If I make a video like this, it's going to be such a big file size. If I have 14,000 in one way, but this is going to be really big. It's gonna stretch like over 380 units in Hammer. Yes, I want this to be quite big. Okay. I like changing this to another webm. Should be a webm. There we go. I like using VP9. There it is. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna export it today. I think I'll just run it. Just check that I announced everything. The watermark. Yeah, the watermark is very important. I mean, we're not doing really showing report resolution, right? So maybe we should like cross it out. But I feel this is all kind of obstructive, so let's keep it off on there. Right, so what we're going to be making today is a video that's going to be somewhere in the background in the game, which will stretch very horizontally. And this is going to be like a sunset, sort of. My reference for this, also I'm going to put music on here. Let's put music on. Is this loud enough? I hope it's loud. You can tell me if it's too quiet or anything. This is pretty comfortable for me. A bit loud for me, honestly. I would like to put it down a bit more because I can't hear myself talk. Right, so my reference, so you guys can like, so you know what to expect. I hope you've all played or whatever Aperture Desktop, because this is spoilers now. If you haven't, then look away. But basically, at the end, you're in Cave's office here, and he has these like video screens in the background that show like a sunset. I don't want to copy this exactly. I want it to be a bit more like markety, a bit more brandy, a bit more Aperture branding, and a bit more stylized, like a bit more like a clip art. Not exactly like the usual Aperture branding elevator videos. Like a bit of a mixture of both, because this is gonna be on a screen to promote stuff or to like be art basically. But yeah, I don't want it to be that realistic like this. Like this looks like a bit of text of like a screen shot or whatever. It shouldn't be like that. So I'll be interested how I'm gonna make it. And yeah, I don't find the reference right now, but maybe have it in our inspiration channel. I have often when this is a sunset, it's like almost a rainbow at the horizon, and I just love that. I always wanted to kind of replicate that. Okay, I don't have anything like that in the inspiration channel. That sucks. Oh, this is kind of good. This is a Team Fortress 2 map. With a really cool skybox. I kind of wanted to be like vibrant and artsy like that. But of course more Aperture-like and a bit more abstract. I mean, this is a good template though. Should maybe put together a puref border for this. Oh, I finally found it. It was just up there. Okay, good. So this is a picture I took. And you see how the sunset is like a rainbow. It's still blue at the top, and then it's just dark at the bottom, and then it switches between like red, orange, and even there's even some green and like yellow in there. It's really cool. This is kind of what I want to replicate. This sort of gradient I find really interesting. I wanted to do something like that for a while, but I haven't really found. I wanted to first do it as well as like wall art, but I haven't really found like it didn't work in that case, so I changed it out to something else. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a gradient map. Right, where was the other reference from Aperture thing? Desktop. This is so low resolution. Aperture desktop. Cave Johnson Office. I'm just looking this up online because I don't want to open the game. That's at least a bit higher resolution. Yeah. I like using puref to organize like a bit of inspiration. Yeah, I think I'll actually leave this open like that and like try to get the gradient to work first. I might scale this down, so it's just like, I love this program because you can just scale it down to be such a small window. And it's always on top. Okay, let's make this the come on new button, sky gradient. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to replicate all of this stuff. Like how I'm going to, I don't know what the environment should look like. It should be pretty silhouette-y, but I still don't know how exactly it's all going to turn out. But it is going to be very like obscured and glitchy. I mean, not. I always like it when the glitches are sort of a bit more subtle, but it's not going to be like super pristine quality. Right, what do I need again? I need a color ramp. We're gonna make a diffuse. I always just search it. Faster typing than clicking. You said I should use black body colors, but I don't think that's. Why would I use black body for this? This is just light dispersion in the sky. This isn't like heating up something. And since I'm doing a stylized, I don't need to care for realism anyway, so I'm just gonna pick the colors wherever I want. Change this to rendered. I need a gradient texture. Yep. Am I dumb or something? What can I put this? I'm such a blender noob, man. I've done this before. Oops. Come on. No. It renamed it mixed color, I guess. No, why would I want to mix those colors? That's not what I want to do. I've done this before. I'm kind of just blacking out right now, I don't know why. Okay. Right. I'm just gonna quickly look at my other project because I did this. I'm just kind of blacking out right now. This is pretty embarrassing. Okay. Why does Blender default to show me icons in file browsers? I hate icons in file browsers. I just want a list, a simple list. Where did I put this? Why is it just not here? What the actual hell? Oh, that's the previous attempt. Okay, it was an animations fault, that's why I didn't find it, because it's not an animation, it's just a picture. That's what messed me up. Something very different there. I don't know why I'm so dumb right now, because I've done this before. I don't want to do this. I want to... I don't know why I'm so dumb right now. This is kind of weird. I don't want this, I just want to connect this. I don't want an image texture, I want a gradient texture. I don't know why I'm so dumb. I should know this, and I do, I'm so... I just went for a run before, so I'm just sweaty, even though I took a shower. Yeah, because this just takes a single color, right? I need some UVs. Do I not unwrap this? This doesn't care about unwrapping. Factor of what? Into that. But why is it a factor? Oh, it's because it's mapping black to white on the UVs, like there, right? And then this maps 0 to 1 here. I don't know why I blacked out like this, because I figured it was just because I didn't want to connect color to a factor, but this isn't color. I can just connect factor to factor here, yeah. This is just a linear gradient. All right. Okay. Now let's just rotate this crap. Okay. And I'll also invert this because I just prefer it that way. Alright, so let's choose these colors. I'm actually just gonna eyedrop that. One thing that I think is really interesting about Blender is how it doesn't work with that. I can't eyedrop this. Great. Well, let's use the Windows eyedrop, but then that works. One thing I love about Blender is, or that's interesting about Blender at least, is how the UI scales up with it. Like the UI is in world space here, right? If I zoom out like that and I click on this, it's really small. If I zoom in, it's really big. I don't know any other product software that does this. Oh, that's just the camera. I was confused why there was a big black bar up there. Okay, I'm gonna move this here so you can see. Let's color pick this and like add there. Color pick this guy. This, I mean, it's all sky, but you know what I mean. Color pick this. Should be about in the middle, maybe a bit further down. Let's take the like yellowish thing here. Okay, it's looking a bit closer. I think I just may need another step here because it's not transitioning as well as I'd like it to, or it's just not configured properly, I guess. Should be a bit bigger. It's getting closer. I want this to be to kind of not interpolate this as linearly here. I don't want it to all just like stick to the bottom as much as in the original. I kind of want it to be a bit more, yeah, a bit more like that. I think this works pretty well. The colors seem pretty evenly spaced out, as I like that. Change the, yeah, I know. But it's easier to just do it like this, and then I can just tweak it. I would like to make this a bit more green now. You're just talking about the black body. I prefer to just do it like this. It's supposed to be stylized anyway. I like it that green. It's supposed to just be stylized anyway, so yeah. Let's make the colors a bit more bold. The sky's already very cool anyway. Yeah, I mean, black body is useful when you need to like get light colors, or like if you heat up some metal, then you can know how what color it should glow. But for, I don't know why why I would use it for this, honestly. Alright. That's a pretty cool base. Yeah, now I got a model environment. Oh, this is a weird scale. I'm just gonna approximate it. Yeah, that should be fine. Cause I want a bit of that black at the bottom, or like purple. Yeah, so one thing about this is, where's the center of that? Is this camera rotated weirdly? Why is it not? Oh, it's got some weird rotation, that's why it's not perfect. Okay, that confused me so much. That makes more sense, okay. Yeah, so one thing, I don't know how to... How is it still not aligned? When I look at it through here... When I look at the orthographic viewport, it looks like it isn't aligned. When I look at it through the camera, it is aligned. 90. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I hate those little like offset errors when you want to do something perfect. Okay, that should be better. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scale everything up. Okay, I just want to be a bit more of a bigger grid here. Yeah. So one thing is gonna plan for this. So there's something like obstructing in the middle here. So this is like that space, but I would like to have something behind it that kind of radiates outward. Because you can see through it. It's like, yeah, it's not fully obstructed, but this is like not a focus element, right? And then towards the edges it should just kind of fade out. So I think I'm just making some mountains that like go like that or whatever, fade out and then come back in. I find it weird how I have to scroll down to make it bigger and up to make it small. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why it is like that. What the hell? Okay. Where's my camera? Hello? What happened? I just did something with the camera. Or you can scale it with just... Hello? Oh, it's one of those stupid programs that doesn't bind redo. Why is it not Control Y? That's mixed. That is like universal keybind. Okay. I can change this by just grabbing it. That's unnecessary. Why is it still like that? Come on. Blender. There we go. It's not German keyboard moment. It's like every program uses Control Y as undo. I mean, it's like Blender defying user input standards. It's just, I only started using this program with 2.8 because that's when it became somewhat usable. But it's still kind of a mess in some places, honestly. My main gripes are with the whole fake user system. How when this is not used, like there's not just a delete button. No, that would be too simple. You have to, like, if it's not used by anything, then it gets deleted after you restart the program. But up here, it is just a new and delete button. View layers, no. But this is that way. This is the other way. Why can't we just have a delete button? Because there is a button that looks like delete, but no, it's unlinked data block. That doesn't delete it. It only deletes it when you restart the program. Okay, Blender grabs aside. Let's model this thing. Yeah, that should be. I'm gonna be interested how I will model this. I think I'll move it down and just add a bunch of, not that, come on. What is the fucking shortcut for? Look, I rarely use this tool. Control R. I pressed Control R, I can tell you, it just didn't do anything. Okay, I could just use the knife tool, you're right. I thought it would be maybe more organic if I use proportional editing for this, because then I can get some smoother shapes. I don't care about the offsets here, by the way. It doesn't matter. I think I'll give this the same color as I did here, maybe. I'll just copy that value. Silhouette. Our roughness should be full. Yeah, this is like a video display type of thing. Gonna be a big video. It's too big for the normal elevators. Normal elevators have a different aspect ratio. This is a very wide screen thing here. It's mainly just in the background, but it's really big. So I want to make it so it, when you look at it from afar, or like, when you look at it, there's still detail, but it should also be stylized a bit more. Should use subdivide for this. Sounds like a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, those don't matter, they're off screen. Okay. I also kind of like to have some more room with the sun, with the sky. I also thought about adding like an aperture logo in the middle here that it like radiates outward. I might do that. I'll just quickly switch to gameplay footage so I can import that SVG. SVG, there it is. Okay. Please, can I just change this so that it shows me the list by default in the file browser? Didn't I save those assets somewhere? Okay, it's in graphics. Aperture Science logo icon. Where is it? Hello? Oh, okay, I found it. Good. There we have him, Mr. Logo. I'll just join that thing. It creates a cool material for each thing. That's fun. Yeah, I have Aperture logo. I'm not quite sure how I will stylize this. Okay, it works here. Yeah, on other logos, when I do this, if on the 70s logo, it puts the origin further down below because it's got more geometry there. Big. Okay. Wonder what color I should make this. I mean, if it's the sun, it's supposed to be yellow, but that kind of clashes. Oh, that's a cool idea to make it rotate. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah, I'll probably do a gradient. Where am I? Is there a hotkey to get back to my stuff here? Oh, I'm not using nodes. Okay. I don't know why the materials don't use nodes by default. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, gradient? I mean, a subtle gradient, maybe. Or maybe it's a radial gradient as well. Could be radial. I mean, not radial, I mean spherical. Radial is other way. I prefer to just use a... what is it called, shader? Diffusion shader, I can't find it there. I like to just use that one. It would be cool if it showed you where what category it is in here, so you can learn where it is as you're searching. Why is it just gray? I'm gonna apply the scale of that thing. Why he gray? I'll just pick some colors. Is it a scale issue? I didn't unwrap this. Oh, it's not even mesh. Let's do a dissolve. No. Solve the faces, please. There we go. Now we can unwrap them. I like my endgones. Shut up. This is a fucking vector graphic, okay? Right, but why is it just taking my... I've done this before again as well, you know, it's just... I know these things in theory, but then there's just something that... where I'm like, why is it just not working? Let's just take a value. I like adding a value node, wherever it is, input probably, there. Sticking that in there so I can just have singular control of all of them. There we go, okay, it did work. I was just way too big still. Okay. Well, what should that look like? Pure F. You can here it's just big blur. It isn't also way overexposed, you know. This should probably do something like that. One thing that would be really interesting. I mean, I don't know if I can get this working in cycles in Eevee. I mean, yeah, I kind of just wanted a little gradient like that, where it's not just the same color. I still don't know what color I want for this. What other thing I found would be really interesting is if I had this behind it and like kind of like shine through, as if this is like a curtain. I don't know how it will look, but I'd be interested to see. It will probably look terrible. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, I thought about a mission. It could actually just be purely a mission, couldn't it? Don't need that for it, and ooh. And these icons mean nothing to me. I don't know why. What this is like? It's supposed to be a printer. This is just a bunch of things. This is a camera. I don't know what else this should be, but I never know what those are meant to signify. That's very bright. Yeah, I thought about using transmission for this, purely transmission. I don't know why is this even a thing why is in Eevee temporary projecting? Because this looks awful always when you move stuff. I mean, not now, but this I don't know why you would ever want this. Someone tell me why you would want this. Oh, so yeah, this isn't the proper origin. I can see how it's rotating weirdly. cursor to select. It's still in the middle. Yeah, I set it to geometry before and it does the same thing. It's not proper. Oh, their mass volume. It's the same. I solved this somehow before, I don't know how. That's not what I want. Volume. Still no. This is not curve, I made this a mesh. I mean, geometry is worse. Maybe surface is better. This seems to be the best one. Yeah, I mean, if you don't see the top, then you probably not notice. Yeah, exactly. And also you can't see the top. So that should be fine. Duplicate vertices is a good point. Remove 0 vertices, okay. Nothing. I still don't know what the color theory should be behind this. Because, you know, normally the sun is just a white blob, right? Maybe it should just be way overexposed, right? I don't want that. I don't know who sang that. I don't know why I have that. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to do is have some subtle, like, nope. That would be my 3D cursor, please. Select it, there we go. The shortcut for this? Oh, okay. I'm just experimenting right now. I don't know exactly if this is what I want. Let's take an empty. Put it there. Why he not do? Hmm. Wait, I think a curve might be even better. Yeah, let's do a circle around this. Alright, let's try curve. Oh, curve. Offset is too small. Oh yeah, no. Oh no, okay, now it just fits the curve, but I also wanted to... how do you subscribe to this channel and don't know what port revolution is? That's funny. Fit curve. Why is this? Okay, now we're doing something. Try to empty again. I don't know why. Sometimes when I do it, it's just. That's some weird rotation. Oh, I have the relative offset still. Oh, I think I have to. I need to apply the rotation. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can now set fit curve. Nah, I'll just fixed count. Forget about that. Okay. Yeah, right, because now I can rotate this empty. I can even scale it up if I want to. I can rotate the empty and create more or less of those. Like that, yeah. Yeah, we're making portal mod here. Who signed that cover? It was... Oh, I'm still in that focus here. A person called... So they've... I have this downloaded. I think this is just from the portal soundtrack you can download on Steam. It's called the JC mix. I don't know what it means. You can just find it. Portal. I have a portal category. I don't know what that's down here. If you go to soundtrack, yeah, it's that here. Should listen to that. I prefer the original version. Yeah, so what I want to do with this is, these should be much smaller. Much smaller, like that. like that, you know what I mean? This is... Just add a few more. Boop. There we go. And now those could be some very subtle orange, like radial stripes. And I want to make them very translucent. Alpha, there we go. So they're just like a little detail on top of everything. Can just unfocus, please? Like, why, when I click here, why is it focus the plane? I'm not even clicking the plane. Jonathan Coulter. Isn't that who made that? Isn't that the guy who wrote the song originally? I didn't know that was him. That's cool. Yeah, I might also scale it like that, so it sort of gets a bit bigger towards the end. I mean, obviously it's looking terrible right now. I'll just make the animation for now. I mean, how long should one rotation take? Seems a bit fast. Seems a bit fast. Just get a few more frames here. Still really fast. Still way too fast. 600 frames, let's go. Yeah, more like that, that's what I thought of. Oh, this is still too fast. Yeah, you can drag the these with if you press G, because it just moved them like that. And then if you press, this is what I love about Blender, is sometimes the controls are so consistent, right? You can move stuff with G here. Then you go into here and you can still press G. I think you can even press R to rotate them. You can even rotate them and scale them. It's probably not something you need often, but it's great. And then you can just hold Control to have like increments of whatever, and then press X to only move on the X-axis. I love this about Blender. I want it to be exact in the last frame. There we go. Yeah, this is the speed I actually wanted. It's supposed to be really slow, kind of. Yeah, like that. That seems cool. I think this is cool. It's a bit slow. 900 frames. I'll leave it like that. I might speed it up. It is gonna save on file size, that is true. I might move it to 800 frames long. So it's a big video already. I think this is okay. Because this is a bit... Yeah, I prefer 800. So I can barely tell the difference, honestly. So I'm gonna just use 600, and then we can save 200 frames. I'm really happy with that. That works. Alright, I sort of like the rendering and also color field and everything. It's looking awful. I also completely hid this. That environment is really way too regular now. It's I gotta remember the keybinds. Let's have it just go completely under here. Sort of peeking through here, and then it's got some larger mountains either side. And then maybe let's just model some sort of Grebo city or some like trees or something. To work a bit on the silhouette. I'm gonna just switch to a modeling workspace here so I can just focus on that for now. Kinda looks cool there, like that. Just the white and the yellow. I don't think I want to make the light rays spin. I could, I might. I'll consider later, but first I want to do this. This is just gonna be some sort of nonsense, like greebly crap, whatever. I don't know, man. Just some random silhouette stuff. This will blur the heck out of everything anyway. That's kind of cool. I didn't want to do that, but more organic shapes there. I'd like to make this just 2D. Oh, let's select those that as well. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just make a plane, honestly. Yeah, let's just this be sort of like a building or something. Oh, you mean half the speed is can pull. That's interesting. Opposite direction sounds a bit weird. That's not how far I had right now, but it's probably not gonna work too well. I'm just gonna give this the material silhouette. I mean, yeah, let's just put this somewhere and see if it's supposed to be really tiny like that. Just some stuff in the distance. It looks a bit blocky here. I don't like that particularly. I want to not put that much time into it because no one's gonna even look at this. No one's supposed to really look at it. But I just want some form of like, you know, like this is the aperture facility that's above the ground. Might even add some little Easter eggs. What if we like carve a little cave into this mountain? Oh, that's bad geometry. Like that. Can kind of tell that it's just a bit copy pasty here. Like a wrench, yeah. It's just kind of supposed to be like, I mean, we've got the structure in the game as well, where it's like a big tower and then some like lookout platforms. That's what this is kind of supposed to be. I mean, again, I'm not thinking that much about this. I'm just trying to kind of, what did I hide? Thinking about just modeling random stuff. I'm not a fan of the pointy architecture here too much. I work pretty iteratively, where the first few, like with anything, the first few versions are just gonna be absolutely awful. But I just want to get the idea across so I can export something into the final game. And then I just keep adjusting it until it's at a point where it's no longer as terrible. And that workflow, you know, allows us to actually release the game at some point. Instead of most mods that just get cancelled because of feature creep and team drama or whatever else. Those mods always fail. It's a bit bridge constructor portally, you're right. The intent is that it is all the intent is that it's gonna be so much like effects rendering stuff that this is just gonna basically be like 2-5 pixels. And you can't really make out the individual stuff anyway. Maybe make that one a bit smaller. One thing I'm gonna add is some cables. Right, I have to scroll up to make it smaller. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? That's a nice cable right there. Look at that Mr. Cable there. This is some good geometry right there. Oh god. Yes. Fine. Yeah, cables always add so much, man, I'm telling you. It also just makes it look like an actual building. Yeah, this is gonna be in the game, of course. Not telling you where. I often like to have a single cable on like one from one origin, like this, you know, like it connects to multiple places. It's very play dead, Limbo-esque right now. Screen overlay and compositing. Yeah, it's all about terror quality. I mean, you should send me your shader. Also, the game is gonna put the screen overlay on top of it as well. Yeah. In Blender, these videos always look horrible. In game, it will actually look much better. Yeah, I can just press F12 and now I have an image rendered. That's actually really interesting. It's way darker than I thought. But it's actually quite cool looking already. Bit two-dimensional though. Not a fan of this weird, very cartoonish sort of thing right here. Maybe I'll get rid of the overhang. Not available in current mode. Why will it not be available in the current? I mean, fuck, what? So this is a bug. It's supposed to be cut off, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's better if it's cut off or worse. I'm gonna make this smaller. This looks horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna make this from scratch. Why did I duplicate? Come on, go away. There we go. Material, silhouette. Prefer doing this over editing Bezier points. Cool, the shader's gonna be awesome. Maybe it would be easy to just do Bezier points. Okay, rotation works really nicely. Just gotta make sure it looks like it's under tension. That's better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna render this in cycles anyway at the end. Rendering. So this is on system. Okay, yeah, I have optics enabled. But for this is better to just do it like that. I'm also gonna make the world white. Should get rid of the coloring differences. Oh, it's actually shading that now. I didn't really think about that. I don't know if I want that or not. Should I just append this? Should I just take the shader? Plastic shader, hologram. What do you want me to take here? I don't know, can I sell shadow casting? I would have just made an emission surface node group. Oh, okay. Right. Node tree. Hologram? I'll just import that one. How do I use that? Like, how do I apply this over the whole image instead of just a single material? Yeah, that's what I thought. I would have to do that, but that's kind of stupid. How could I render it like that? I'm just gonna make a little plane. Add your group. This takes an image. Okay. Look at your node setup. You've got separate color. Just put that in that. It works. So you misspelled color. Look, I'm a programmer. I don't care about cultural differences. Software. Spell color without a U. And this is just black. I don't know why. I don't know what TMP viewer is. It's a What's the volume for? You didn't plug that in. Why is it not working, Monty? Yeah, this song is just the best. Look, I have my texture. It's a good texture, okay? And that shows my texture. It's called Friendly Fire Played. I'm not in Eevee, I'm in Eevee. I'm in Cycles, I just switched to Cycles. Is this overpowering it? No. This is Cycles. I'm just gonna continue with the other stuff. Yeah, I'll just continue to do this. We can do the final rendering at some point. I'll just quickly render this and see how it looks. Why is it taking... Oh, yeah, it's ray tracing the whole thing. I had way too high samples and everything. Oof. Okay. Why do I have this open twice? I switched to Eevee in the meantime. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm really just... Oh, well, what would also be cool if instead of that halftone thing, it was hexagons. I don't know how doable that is. Should maybe do 2 subdivisions here. In the render. 3. Hexagons are the best hexagons. More subdivision. It's a very light scene anyway, doesn't matter. Smooth. I wanted the stripes to be much more subtle, so you can barely see them. I like just rendering it a bit, because then I have without anything else. That looks better. Still a bit much. Maybe even a bit too vibrant. Like to be a bit not that orange. One thing I'm struggling with is I'm not feeling the colors. The colors just don't work. I always loved the sunset, but every time I try to replicate it just doesn't work. So I may be switching to a more monochromatic style like these. Probably more in the red variety, because it fits with the other red styles that we have. I'm just gonna put that there as backup and see if it looks better if it's just oops, no hotkey for that, I guess. Yeah, I already much prefer it. Yeah, I don't know how... it's supposed to kind of be a silhouette. It's just the problem is it's really big, yeah. I mean, I never liked that it's orange. This was just a temporary color. What if we change it to be white? White is cool, but a bit, I don't know. Another idea is that this is the sun. It's very emissive. And then this is blocking it. That's another idea. I think that works much better. Yeah, I mean, all of the rendering stuff I want to do it as well, but I kind of like getting the color theory right first, because that's gonna, you know, because otherwise I find when I start too soon with the effects, it doesn't, like, if the base doesn't work, if the base composition, color, whatever doesn't work, no amount of effects will save it. So once I start adding effects, I just get kind of hesitant to change the underlying layout. So I'm trying to do as much layout before I really do the rendering. I mean, it's very bright. Also, hi Rory. I should make you a mod. Yeah, it's very bright, but I'm much liking the apertures blocking it instead of it's just the aperture. That was a bit too much. Let's try changing the color back to something. Oh, what is that? Oh, purple. The center. Oh, I think it's the scale is just, yeah, there. I thought about I know I could do a lot of stuff in compositing itself. Right. There's so much you can do. You can do little blurs. I like the directional blur. I would like a radial blur, but this is just directional. Vector blur, sunbeams. Vector blur. Quickly render this. Also, yeah, we now have viewport compositing, which is really cool. It's weird how you're activating it is weird though. I mean, this is just Blender being all over the place sometimes. You have to go here and set this to camera. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I think I'm actually gonna move this down below. There, since it's so horizontal. Viewport. Disable the rest, there we go. Not supported, okay, yeah, there's some that aren't supported. Bokeh blur, that's a good blur. Could even add a bokeh image. I like to do a little bit of blur, just in general. Get this stuff looking just a bit. Oh, when I zoom in, it's dependent. Oh, I'm not in the camera view. Okay. It's a little bokeh blur. Bokeh is nice because you can actually attach it, like give it a shape. I'm guessing that this actually does the what's it called? Something the Fourier transforms to. This is crazy stuff. Why is it still dependent on? It should only be in the camera. There you go, maybe just change it accidentally. Yeah, it like somehow transforms the image into a... Now this blur is just weirdly screen space. Let's just render something. Yeah, that just seems to be resolution. Yeah, you also need to render that. There's a separate node for that, of course. I guess it's only applied when I actually render it. But whatever, I'm gonna stick to modeling anyway. This is way too jagged. Could just make this like a mathematical sphere, but that works as well. Okay, that works much better. It's still very bright. And just because there's nothing in the middle, like the other, like the sides here are pretty cool. Maybe it's just because it's so white, maybe there's a different color that would work better with this. If I change it to be more orange, I mean, that blend is kinda ugly. There should just be something in the middle here. What is that, by the way? Oh, that's the aperture. Yeah, and that's the same color. It's a better angle, probably. It's a bit weird looking. I mean, it's gonna rotate anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, we have the animation here. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the middle though. What could we put in there? Or should this all just be smaller? I liked how it was a bit before, it was a bit bigger. I prefer the bigger version. Let's look at the reference again. I think it's mainly just missing the effect stuff like clouds. How am I gonna make clouds though? Or I should make this, I should make the world dark. That's ominous. I think it's just because it's all not affecting anything. It's got no emission. Should change this to be an emission. Yeah, I think the sky might be too dark, you're right. I have to experiment with some brighter versions. This works quite well. Just render this frame. Oh god, yeah. Something is wrong. It's only 7 tiles. Yeah, I thought about doing clouds with volume scatter and noise. Probably gonna try that. I just wanted to get some general volumetrics going first. What is this doing? Don't need that. There's volumes. There's way too many samples. Let's just try 500. What do you mean? Add some sample to volume on the light path. There's way too many bounces. Or just is none. I'm gonna limit the amount of bounces. It shouldn't bounce as much here. It's weird that it renders this tile as 1. Why doesn't it do smaller tiles? Not using my CPU much. I mean, it is actually. Wait. Is it CPU rendering right now? It's also using my GPU. But look at that core just maxed out. It looks like it's like CPU rendering. It feels like it, because it's only got this one big tile and it's really, really slow. Yeah, you can send an import illusion Discord server if you want. Image texture could work as well. I'm just trying to figure out why it doesn't render properly. I'll never understand why preferences are the edit. This is... Oh, should I use... What should I use? This is different graphics card vendors. None, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna try CUDA to see if it makes a difference. It's still rendering one tile at a time. This should be hundreds of little tiles, not, or like at least more than one. Yeah, but where is the tile size? I can't find this. Tile size. Why is it so big? Yeah, that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to. Does it just do one at a time? I thought I remember this being like a bunch of threads at the same time. This seems like it's doing a single threaded CPU rendering. CPU does many, GPU just does one. Okay, I thought with GPU it would do like thousands. Because I've read that stuff before, of course, but Blender is just so weird with its setup, with everything. Where you have some controls over here, and then some controls under Edit Preferences here, and this doesn't tell you what the difference really is. It's good optics, okay, but which do I need to use for so it uses my RTX capabilities? I have no idea. It's probably optics, I heard it's better. Doing CUDA now, see how that works. I've not got the best RTX graphics card. I feel like this image is also maybe a bit big. I'm gonna quit. I will change the resolution. I'll just quit. There we go. Yeah, this is way too big. Yeah, because low resolution also just bakes that stuff in, you know. Of the blur and everything. But I like how it sort of looks like halation a little bit. Like the edge is very red. The lines got lost in cycles though. I think it's because they're just overexposed, you can't see them at all. I don't know what the optimal... Oh, now it's added the fucking bokeh. It's way too much bokeh. But I think I can do the compositing now that I have to actually render. I'll just do it here. Why is it not showing me there? The viewer node, right. Okay, I thought it didn't save the image or something. Okay, that's my EXR here in a folder called render.webm. Good folder name. Yeah, because now I can just change the blur here. The controls for moving this around are just the worst. It's like V to zoom or something. It's terrible. I don't know. Just controls are. I don't know how to zoom in though. I just know how to zoom out. Oh, it's Z to zoom. To reset the zoom. Okay. Well, a bit less. I need it to just be very subtle. Can I just output the new? Can I just output this without having to rebake the whole image? Or does it like auto export it? No. I have to open an editor for that. There should just be a button under the file path or something. The compositor is weird. I don't really get it. That's the new image button. Where's the save button? I have to go here. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a good amount of bokeh blur here. I like those cables, are very nice. Okay. I mean, again, as soon as you put this into the game, it's looking completely different. But I still want to make it look better here. I think I want to add some trees. I'm liking this a lot better now. The color and everything is cool. I don't know if I like the pink. I think I might change it out to like a darker orange. Also, I will hide so many planes. Oh, there's all that stuff. Let's call them silhouette details. Yeah, let's just organize this in general. Where is that? That is this, okay. I'll call them environmental effects. Move it there. Volume scatter main. This, that, and that should all go into. Isn't there like a hotkey? Move to new collection, right mouse click, outliner context menu. Oh, the move to collection. Thought there was a hotkey for that or something. Aperture sun. The empty as well? No, not the empty, just those two. That's the sun background, and that's the sun aperture. Those are the radial stripes. That doesn't exist anymore. Let's make that unselectable and hide it in viewport. See ya. I like cleaning up my workspace a bit. Let's also do the same with the camera. Hide in the viewport and make it unselectable. This plane is the sky gradient, and this is silhouette. Like the ground is the environment. Now it's, what is it called? I'll just call it ground. It's M, moved collection is M, okay. This should be radial stripes. Stripe template. Stripe offset. A bit too green, isn't it? Renders very quickly. Did I disable the volumetrics or something? I feel like it should be much more red. It's very yellow. Should be more orange. But when I pass this through the emission, it just overexposes it this much. thought about blue sky as well, but I have it in my head how I want it to look. But I think its main issue is that the aperture is way too big. Or it's way too high up. Way too present. Just give me the empty, please. Finally. I think I'll parent those to that. I'll parent this as well. So now I can just move that. No, they're not emitting. Ooh, they're not emitting. Yeah, but I mean, I still wanted it to be, you know, very subtle. Submission doesn't really help with that. It might just be better if it wouldn't make it. What if change this to be darker? Should be a bit more red. Yeah. I might then also add a gradient. Why does it just not select the fucking empties at all? It's because it's so far behind or what? Now I can select it. It was called empty, whatever. I want to kind of ease it off towards the top here, so that this doesn't look as awful. Probably take a color ramp for that. Or I should not take the channel, I should take the object coordinates. Yeah, I know. It's the wrong axis. I don't know why I can't just leave this open, because why would an empty having material? Why is it not rendering my volumetrics? Oh god, okay. I think I changed it to side. That's how it should look. I mean, okay, I guess it does look that way. I think what I might do is I might add a refractive thin piece of glass in front of it and add some sort of smudge texture to it. Or some, imperfection that will then make it look like it's been just give it a bit more imperfection and stuff, And in the compositor also gonna add chromatic aberration and all of that good stuff. Okay, I like the lines now. The lines work well. They're as subtle as I wanted them to be, where they kind of just break up the big gradient, but aren't super obtrusive, and just kind of point to the middle. The aperture logo is just again I like the position, but it's just very bright. But maybe this works. I'm kind of mainly not a fan of this silhouette, because this looks way too way too much like Limbo. Because those clouds that I see in the show you stuff they're just very dark. It almost looks like it's about to storm, doesn't it? I don't know how cartoony I want to make it. I might just simplify it a bunch. Remove the terrain. Terrain is what I wanted to look for first. Remove the terrain. Just have the sunset. Like just the sky. And then add some infographic stuff on top of it. Because the terrain just doesn't really do anything. more visible. Yeah, it's a bit far down. It makes sense physically, but it's just, you can't see it. That works better, I think. You can actually see it now. You can actually see like more than 2 blades. Because I also plan to add you know, some aperture text here. This font is amazing. I just don't understand why Blender has this, like, does this in this weird way. Why can't I just have a normal font browser like everything else? Where it finds the system fonts. You don't have to enter each one manually, that's kind of stupid. And you always have to enter the text again that you want to sort. Like, you know, some thing in the bottom or whatever. That says like aperture will not be liable for any you know, some whatever text. And then just make it italic. Like that, you know, they always do this. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. And this is what we have. Because I also need to eat food at some point. I haven't had dinner. And I quite like to continue living. But yeah, I thought that this would be very difficult because I knew what I wanted it to feel like, but making it actually look that way turns out to be really difficult. I think I'll simplify it. Get rid of the terrain. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just get rid of the terrain. Make that less black. So it sort of just fades out at the bottom, but at the top it actually like fades out to black. I feel like it works better when it's just that. And then we add some environmental effects, but not strictly a silhouette. I feel like what I did wrong is I just did too much detail. Because yeah, I mean, this looks... Yeah, these all just have not much going on. Right. Here it's got a lot of stuff, but this is not what I want to make. This is just also cool looking. See the skybox corners, oh god. Never noticed that. Yeah, then I can also make the... Oh, I like the halation and everything around it. That's cool. Alright, yeah, so this might be been a disappointing stream, but... yeah, I'm kind of stepped out of my comfort zone today. I'm doing Blender assets, and I normally don't do Blender assets. I've been doing a lot of assets like this, where it's just a video, infographic sort of thing, but this has been the most non-standard, where I didn't have exact reference. So I'm kind of struggling with the fact. Well, I hope everyone will see how it looks in game. You'll probably recognize it immediately. I'll continue working on this. So thanks for joining, and bye.